Well, we wanted to spread good news and cheer this holiday season, so we have Mark and Whitney out covering all the merriment at Riverpark Square. During the holidays, the downtown mall hosts several nonprofits to raise money and awareness for our important charities. And with that in mind, KREM 2 got to deliver some good news to those charities. Here's Mark and Whitney with KREM Cares at the Square.
Good evening, everyone. We are so proud to be here down at Riverpark Square, standing just next to the giant Christmas tree here, right inside the main doors. We're kind of kicking off an evening of giving as part of our KREM Cares initiative. There are a lot of different programs that we really are committed to supporting. One of the biggest things that we love to support all year long, of course, are our area veterans.
Absolutely, yeah, it's an important cause for sure. So right now we want to bring in Tony Lamanna. He's the director of Inland Northwest Honor Flight. Tony, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Tell me a bit about your program, because it really revolves around raising money every year so we can send veterans back to DC to see the memorials built in their honor, right?
Yeah, we are a nonprofit. We get all of our funding from private donations, corporate donations, and the cost of the flight is absolutely free to the veterans. They don't pay anything to be able to have this experience.
Free to the veterans, not to you folks, and it's quite expensive to charter one of these flights.
Yeah, we do charter, and we have one night in DC, which is more expensive than a night here. So an entire trip costs us about $185,000.
My goodness, that's quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
When you take these veterans back to see the memorial, what is the reaction you get from veterans?
Well, especially now with our Vietnam vets, we've been hearing so many tell us that after 50 years of carrying some pain and trauma with them, especially from their homecoming, and you've probably seen the homecoming they get in Spokane, they've told us that their memory, their nightmares, and their resentment is gone after this trip. It just heals them very deeply.
And it is cool to see the folks who come to the airport to welcome them back home, because we've often heard from several veterans they didn't get that welcome home when they came back, back in the 60s or 70s.
Right, they got quite the opposite. Our last flight in particular, several vets told us about the terrible treatment they got back 50 years ago, and then they come home and they have a whole new outlook on life.
If your budget was endless, I'm sure you'd send a whole lot more veterans, because it sounds like there's a lot who want to go.
Yeah, we pretty much maintain a waiting list of probably 300 to 400, because every flight brings more vets who see what goes on and they want the same experience. So we're here as long as the funding keeps coming in.
Well, on that note,
it's incredible what Honor Flight is able to do. We know how much you guys rely on community donations. I want to bring in Ezra Eckhart here from STCU, also equally committed to making sure that programs like Honor Flight are able to keep doing the good work that they're doing. So I know that STCU here has a great surprise for you.
Yes, in the spirit of the season of giving, we wanted to share a little bit of a surprise in advance with you. So here's $5,000.
Wonderful.
On behalf
Thank you very much.
of STCU and our members.
Thank you so very much. It's very, very much appreciated.
and Tony, how will this money be used for Honor Flight?
It'll go directly to getting our vets on their trip. We have very low operating expenses. We're all volunteer, so just about every penny goes to the vets getting this experience. So thank you so much.
An amazing organization, and we're happy to be here to help you, and STCU is here for good, and we're here for you.
God bless. Thank you so much.
Very cool stuff.
Thank you both.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. In the meantime, if you would like to donate to Honor Flight, just look at their website, Inland Northwest Honor Flight. They certainly accept donations year-round, correct?
That's absolutely true, yes.
Right.
Any time of day.
Tony, Ezra, thank you very much for your time. We'll send things back to you guys in the studio.
Well, tonight we have Mark and Whitney covering all the Christmas merriment and goodwill at Riverpark Square. While known for its shopping and restaurants, it's also host to several nonprofits during the holidays. We wanted to share highlights from some of the charities and deliver a bundle of good news to them as well. Here's Mark and Whitney with KREM Cares at the Square with a visit to the Tree of Sharing.
Good evening. We are here at Riverpark Square in downtown Spokane talking about a really important program. It is called Tree of Sharing. It's been around for more than 3 decades, and it's really about providing folks with gifts who otherwise might not get one for Christmas.
Yeah, it's a really incredible program. We're lucky to have it going on for so many years here in Spokane. I'm just going to kind of show you how it works. So it's at 3 area malls here at Riverpark Square, Spokane Valley Mall, and at Northtown Mall. We've got all the different age groups represented here. This is one of the few programs where you can actually get a child something, or you can get someone who's elderly a Christmas gift. And so you come up and you see whichever age group you want to participate in, and then there's just a tag here. This is an item that person has requested. For example, this child goes to McDonald Elementary and just wants Play-Doh and some socks, maybe some stretch pants. You can also come up here. This person wants a gift card. Another person just said slippers, PJs, face mask. And so it's a really great program. And then all the gifts that you do end up buying for these people need to be returned back to the malls at these drop-off locations by this coming Sunday. Mark?
All right, thank you very much, Whitney. I'm standing here with Linda right now with the Tree of Sharing. You've been with this program for quite some time.
Yes, I have been with Tree of Sharing for more than 5 years.
My goodness.
And
why do it? Why do you think it's important?
because it's our chance to give something back to the community. We try to make sure that people that might be forgotten at Christmas time are remembered with a small gift.
And how many gifts are we shooting for every year?
Right around 7,000 to 8,000. So our numbers are big. The need is great in the community. This has been a tough year for a lot of people. We have seen a lot of tags being picked up, and yes, we do have physical tags again. So that's a real plus for people that have the tradition of coming down and getting tags. But in addition to that, we are still online. We have several tags that can be obtained from going online, and we encourage people to do that. This is our last big week of Tree of Sharing. Our last day to collect gifts are on Sunday, December 11th, and we'll be in all the malls until 6 p.m.
Sounds good. I also have a surprise to talk to you about today, Linda. So Ezra Eckhart, would you bring in here? This is the CEO of STCU, and what do you got with you there, Ezra?
Well, I have a little surprise for Linda and the Tree of Sharing for Christmas, so we have an extra $5,000 for you.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. Wow, $5,000.
Santa came early this year.
Santa came early and big. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow.
Linda, what will $5,000 mean for Tree of Sharing?
It means that we're going to be able to get gifts to many, many more people this year, and some of the harder to fill tags will be filled.
Wow.
So this is monumental. Thank you so much.
Happy to help.
Ezra Eckhart, Linda with Tree of Sharing, thank you guys very much.
And just a reminder, if you want to participate in Tree of Sharing this year, you can come pick out your tag. You can also get a tag online on our website, and then you make sure and fulfill those gift requests and then bring those items back here to those tables at the area malls by this coming Sunday. Back to you.
Welcome back. We continue our coverage of KREM Cares at Riverpark Square tonight, where Mark and Whitney are spreading some holiday cheer. Riverpark Square is hosting several nonprofits, and KREM too wanted in on the holiday fun. So we got a chance to spread some cheer in the form of cash. Mark and Whitney explain from downtown.
Yes, good evening. We're here at Riverpark Square on the second floor for Christmas Tree Elegance. It's a very cool program, and take a look at one of the trees behind us right here. So if you win the raffle for this, you not only win the tree, but also everything included here, like this motorcycle. Honda Shadow 500, great starter bike, perhaps for Jeremy Legoo, just getting your feet wet if you're riding.
Well, this is such an incredible thing, and if you don't know quite what Christmas Tree Elegance is, you might come here and think, oh, you know, I don't need a Christmas tree. These are like the trees of all trees and all this great stuff. So someone puts all this together. The tickets are only $1, and it's one of the biggest events and fundraisers for the Spokane Symphony. Martha, I have one of the volunteers here with me from the Spokane Symphony. So good to have you here. Thank you. I know that you were talking about what an important event this is for the symphony.
It is critical for the symphony. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest money ways we make money for the symphony, and that is used by not only for their needs, but their salaries, paying for the music. People don't realize how expensive purchasing music is.
And it's a real treat that we have a symphony of this caliber here in Spokane for us to enjoy.
I have heard many symphonies around the world, and Spokane Symphony rates #1.
Yes, they're fantastic. But you were saying, as far as the event goes this year, the weather has kind of played a role. You guys are down a little bit on ticket sales.
On ticket sales on day 2, when we had the 8 inches that you predicted, we had still sold several tickets, but since then our numbers have been coming up every single day, and we are ahead of last year.
Well, that's great news. I know you've got a book of tickets here for people. You can buy just one ticket, you can buy 500 tickets, and then you get a chance to win one of these incredible setups, including the tree, including everything that comes with it. It's a pretty great deal.
Very cool stuff. Hey, I have some more good news for you. I have someone over here, Lindsay Myrie with STCU, who wants to buy a lot of tickets, right? Take a look.
As a part of STCU and on behalf of our season of giving, we would like to do 5,000 tickets to Spokane Symphony and Associates and on to the Christmas Tree Elegance. And just thank you so much for the beauty that your organization provides to our community. It's amazing.
The symphony thanks you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Martha.
That's an incredible gift, and it goes a long way, we know, for these organizations. So
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Very cool stuff. By the way, if you want to come down here and buy a ticket for a shot at winning one of these trees and the displays, it's going on Sunday until 4 o'clock. You have to buy a ticket. Again, right here at Riverpark Square, as well as over the Davenport, right?
Yes.
All right, that'll do it for us here at the mall. For now, we'll send things back to you.
Well, welcome back. Oh, yes, happy holidays. I jumped the gun.
You did.
I did. Give it a little jingle in there. Well, all night, Mark and Whitney have been stopping by local charities at Riverpark Square. And while so many people are downtown shopping, it's also a place where you can join in on some family holiday traditions. Santa Express has been a mainstay in Spokane for 30 years.
It's a shopping boutique for kids where all the money raised goes to support Vanessa Behan. That's where we find Mark and Whitney tonight, downtown at Santa Express with KREM Cares at the Square.
Good evening. Yes, we are down here in the basement now of Riverpark Square, and we are celebrating 30 years of the Santa Express, an incredible program where you can bring your kiddos down here. They get to do their own Christmas shopping for family members. It's an amazing program.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, this is the old Mobius in the basement of Riverpark Square. Okay, here's how it works. You bring your kids down here with them. The parents will stay out here in this area behind us. Then the elves will take the kids back here to the secret area where all the gifts are at. And right behind me here, I have Claudette the elf right here. Claudette, hello.
Hello.
You
Welcome
actually
to
brought
Christmas heaven.
Thank you.
You're
You actually
welcome.
brought your kids to this when they were younger, right?
I brought my granddaughter here for the last 9 years, and I have 2 more that can continue to go, so they love it.
And you liked it so much you decided to volunteer.
This is my first year as an elf.
Okay, when kids come back here, what can they expect?
They can expect to shop for mom, dad, grandmas, brothers, sisters, and they have tables with different price points that they can go to and pick out all kinds of items.
Very cool. And all of these gifts, by the way, are donated, right?
They are donated, and they get all the proceeds go back to Vanessa Behan.
Okay, and then, by the way, the kids will be just within an earshot of their parents standing on the other side, but a cool opportunity for them to be able to pick something out for their parents. That'll be a surprise, right?
Well, the exciting part is not only do they shop, but then they wrap them so they have bags that they take home to put underneath the Christmas tree.
Very cool. Claudette the elf, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Eric, we're going to head back out this way to the front where the parents hang out, and we'll send things back over to our very own Whitney Ward.
Yes, well, actually, let's go in here back into the secret room. Let's find Claudette the elf because we have a special surprise, a Santa Express surprise. This is Marty Dickinson with STCU, and we just want to make sure that you know how much we support this amazing program. And STCU has a very special surprise.
Yes, well, we, on behalf of STCU, and this is our season of giving time, and Vanessa Behan, obviously, such an amazing, amazing community partner and does so many amazing things. And Santa Express is the very best thing about the holidays. And so we would like to provide you a $5,000 gift.
Thank you.
So we just are so appreciative of all that you guys do to put this on. There's just a lot of work that goes into it. But I have 3 kids, and they all got to do Santa Express for many, many years. So it is just a wonderful tradition, and we're glad that you are a part of this community. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks on behalf of Vanessa Behan. This is fabulous.
What an incredible contribution.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, STCU.
And we also have another announcement, not just the $5,000, but KREM 2 and Tegna, the company that owns us, the Tegna Foundation. We are matching this donation, so get $10,000 for the Santa Express. Very cool.
That's so
amazing.
great. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so if you want to bring your kids down here to the Santa Express, you have until December 22nd to do so. Again, it's in the basement of Riverpark Square where the old Mobius used to be. It's a wonderful event for a great cause. Back to you.
I can speak from personal experience. The Santa Express is a lot of fun. I did it as a kid.
No way.
Yeah, it's so cool. Your parents will give you money and you walk in and the elves are very helpful and they kind of help you figure out how much money you have left to spend.
Oh,
and what
that's
gifts.
so cool.
It's so neat. So if you have the time, it's a great way for kids to really take ownership of the gifts they're giving. But again, that money does go to a great cause. Yeah.
Amazing.